It's the Super Bowl, and that means it's time for a lot of new advertisements. One of these advertisements is traditionally an anti-Semitism one. It's an anti-Semitism one, so to speak. And I want to go through this ad because I think it epitomizes some of the issues that Jews have and groups that are supporting Jews have in communicating, well, communicating their message against anti-Semitism. So I'm going to put up some pictures in this video, and at the moment I'm going to look down at them. But essentially, let's go through this ad. And it takes place in a school, which, as you'll see, looks like it's from 1985. Like it's a very traditional bully school kind of look to it, and that's already a little bit suspicious because like modern schools don't look this way. Modern kids may act badly, but I wouldn't say they act badly in this specific way. And two bullies come up and they sort of push the kid. I don't have a picture of that because it's weird, but it's like a weird frame to get in the picture. But they bump him and they laugh at him. This young Jewish kid, this high school kid, this Jewish high school kid, sorry. And they push him, and he keeps walking down the hallway, and all the other kids are like laughing at him and calling him names and stuff like that. And he's like uncomfortable. And then when he gets to his locker, he takes off his backpack, and there someone put a sticky note, presumably the bullies, that essentially has an anti-Jewish slur on it. It's close enough. And in this ad, after that, another kid comes up and puts a blue square on top of it. He puts a blue square on top and it like blocks it out. And this kid, which unfortunately I have to bring this up because this is part of the issue, is that ads like this and a lot of the messaging that Jewish groups go through is cringe. It's very cringeworthy, and young people do not like things that are cringe. Of course, it is a black kid. Got no problem with black kids. They are more anti-Semitic than whites. This is a well-polled thing. Like, really, it's all the white kids are bullying the Jew. And the one who comes to save him is the black kid. It's not, come on. Like, you don't have to put yourself in a hole like this. Now, maybe it's true in this specific fake circumstance that, I mean, he looks like a perfectly nice kid. And they both look like perfectly nice kids. So, like, maybe it works in this circumstance. But advertisements are representations. And when you're representing something, don't represent something that everyone knows is false. That's basically it. And then the next picture that I'm going to show is that 2 in 3 Jewish teens have experienced anti-Semitism. I'm not sure if that's true. I think that's one of those stats that is really exaggerated for the hype. Like, I don't know. You know, when I was in school, I didn't exactly look like too Jewish, and I never, not once, experienced any real form of anti-Semitism, possibly because no one recognized I was Jewish. And I don't really know other Jewish people my age, at least, you know, or people who are in high school who like experience that, like experience an actual thing. That doesn't just mean some random person gave you a weird look. That is not enough. That does not meet the standard. So it has to be like a real thing that happened. So when you put up a stat like that, it immediately raises eyebrows, especially among the young, who, you know, we're going to get to exactly why, I think, in a few. But I just want to finish this part. And then the Jewish kid is about to like go after the bullies, and the black kid says, no, it's not worth it. Which, I mean, okay, it's a little funny. And then it ends with stand up to Jewish hate. And they walk away and everyone's happy and they introduce it. And they introduce each other to themselves. Wow, that came out wrong. But anyway, I had to look at all those just to get through that. But the problem with stuff like this is, again, as I said first, that it is cringeworthy. Now, I think this is something that older adults will struggle to understand. Maybe there was a phenomenon of cringeworthiness back in the day, but I think the best way to describe cringe is that it's it's like a traditional sense. It's a traditional sensibility that has really outlived its time. That like with the school being like from literally 1982 with the halogen lights and all. No one who goes to school these days thinks that that's how schools look. They don't, and when they see that, they're like, "Really? What is this? The prison cafeteria?" So that I think is a plain example of cringe. But then there's something missing there because it's not just a traditional sensibility. It is okay. It's the sensibility that the cultural elite have, taken usually to an extreme that is laughable. And that's where it could be argued you get to that stat that 2 in 3 Jewish teens have experienced anti-Semitism. Like, we can really get back to like the half of girls have been sexually assaulted. Like, no, they haven't. Come on. Like, who? The people who believe that stuff already will believe that. And the people who don't obviously won't. But the people in the middle, because a lot of young people, I think, as some stats have shown around anti-Semitism and the Holocaust, there's like a sizable, I think 35% that are just kind of unsure about the whole thing. Those people presumably are the target audience. And when you say things like that, when you raise their eyebrow, I'm going to try to raise my own eyebrow. I can only raise both of them at the same time. You undermine your own message. And then they go online and they see the 50th anti-Semitic meme today. I saw like 3 of them this morning. I was just randomly scrolling, and it was a Star Wars one. It was the new Star Wars trilogy where the planet like shoots a laser and destroys the other planets. So it's like me as a young person, when we finally take over government, we're destroying Israel second time, and Israel third time, and India in the background, because of course. But these sort of memes are not cringe. I mean, they can be a little bit, but that is the sort of messaging that young people are receiving on the other side. And when all they get from the original side is, everyone is suffering so badly, and we're just so hated, and we don't know why, but you have to do something about it. And we're going to put these self-righteous commercials in front of you every year. Every year it's the same commercial. Like, that's why this is sort of like a meme. That every year, I could probably go back, and maybe I should do a full thing on this. And this whole subject is by no means meant to be exhaustive. It's just, I'm trying to convey that the current strategy that Jewish groups have been using for quite a while is failing. The strategy, the PR, all of it. That young people aren't really buying it, and clearly society is not becoming less anti-Semitic than it was before. And the response of, we just need more self-righteous stuff, doesn't help. And it's part of the problem. Because I think when a lot of young people see ads like that, they come off as really unserious. Like, when I saw it personally, and of course, as I am a Jew, for one, and, well, I'd say, in addition to that, I also really don't like having messages shoved down my throat. And this ad really doesn't give me much to work with. It's just it's so empty. It's basically just the narrative that unfortunately a lot of Jews put forward, that everyone hates us, and they hate us usually because they need something to hate, or, unfortunately, the even worse one is, we are the saviors of the world and it's so great, and therefore that's why everyone hates us, because they're jealous of us or something like that. And, well, it's very difficult to defend this behavior, especially since it has basically been proven not to work. And we continue to see it, and yeah, I hope this ad will air at the Super Bowl. And no one who didn't believe it is going to believe it because of this ad. This ad will convince no one. But it will make the people who made this ad and who spent, I think, $12 million putting it out on the Super Bowl, it will make them all very proud of themselves, and they'll pat themselves on the back. Anyway, see you next time. Bye.